Caitlin Probe, Senior, Baton Elementary.
Olivia Miller, Junior, Hudson Elementary.
Kaylee Anderson, Sophomore, Granite Falls Elementary School.
Kinley Jackson, Junior, Summers Elementary School.
Chloe Phillips, Sophomore, Granite Elementary.
Sydney Austin, Sophomore, Hudson Elementary School.
Senior, Providence St. Mel.
Samantha Austin, Sophomore, Hudson Elementary School.
Caitlin Wynn, Junior, Bain Elementary.
Kylie Hebner, Junior, Dudley Schultz Elementary School.
Landry Smith, Freshman, Granite Elementary School.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SCHS stream as we have third round playoffs right here at South Caldwell between the Lady Spartans and the Lady Panthers of Providence. It has been an interesting couple of days. Some of the drama finally getting sorted out after the Lake Norman game, as there was a formal protest lodged. The state reviewed it, made their decision, and the end result that affects the Spartans tonight is that Kaylee Anderson will be suspended 2 games and unable to play tonight, and if they advance, the next game as well. So she would not be eligible until the final game, the final state tournament, if it goes down to that far. So we welcome in with us tonight our wonderful broadcasting crew. We've got some students in our student section taking pictures tonight. We appreciate them being here. We appreciate that we can have a student section tonight. In fact, it's amazing. The governor opened it up, and we have sold some tickets, and we will no longer have as empty of stands as we've had throughout the season. Also want to thank Gracie Moses, broadcasting student extraordinaire, running the cameras for us tonight. Gracie promises that everything is going to be smooth and easy to view. Student volunteers, we love them, couldn't do it without them. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not welcome into the studio with me the one, the only, #1 band director, Jason Childers. Jason, glad to have you here tonight.
Thank you so much, Andrew. It's great to be here. Third round action in the state playoffs. You can feel the excitement in the air. Not only that, but you also, we haven't had a full crowd.
No.
And while this might not be a full crowd, it certainly feels like it with the year that we've had.
So just an explanation, we are, again, under the state requirements. You will see spacing throughout the stands as families are allowed to sit together. So families are being seated together, or people that are in the same pod. For example, if you had football players that are on the same team, they are being allowed to sit together because they're already practicing together. They are considered their own pod. So we have some of that going on. We also have, of course, our cheerleading squad is going to be in action. They're excited. They're actually allowed to increase the amount of cheerleaders we can bring tonight, as well as do some stunts. They're excited. They've been working on some stuff yesterday. And, of course, the Providence parents are with us tonight, so we have some visiting fans. We're excited to have them here in Spartan Country. And we have another special treat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The man, the myth, the legend, The Weeknd is going to be singing the national... Wait, sorry, no, it's Justin Johnson.
That's the wrong weekend, Coach.
Almost the same, very similar. Justin Johnson will be singing the national anthem for us tonight, and already had a chance to talk with Justin. I told him the main thing about the national anthem is just don't start too high. That's all it is. It goes up there, just don't start it too high. And he promised me that he's done that before, and he does not plan to make that same mistake again. So excited about that. Jason, you did a little research. You've got the brackets pulled up. Tell us where we are here in the Elite Eight.
Well, South Caldwell, here we are, third round. They got here via 2 very close first and second round games. First round, of course, South Caldwell took on the Titans of West Forsyth. And it was a close game all the way to the fourth quarter. The Spartans were able to pull away right there at the end. And then, oh my goodness, what a no-biter on Thursday night here in Caldwell County for South Caldwell versus Lake Norman. Just a great matchup that was tight all the way down to the wire. And Caitlin Lynn icing that game from the free throw line close to the end of the game with that extra drama that you've already mentioned. That was the route the Spartans took to get here. Now Providence, first round game, Providence was able to get by Athens Drive 57-30. Second round, they took on Panther Creek and won their second round game 61-42. So far, Providence taking care of business. No close games on their end to speak of yet. I did meet a really nice parent from Providence before the game, and he was telling me, when you look at their record, they're undefeated.
Yeah,
they come in at 8-0, so they fell subject to the quarantine bug.
Yes, they did.
Early in the season. He said that they won 2 quick games, and then they had to take a 3-week break early in their season, and was able to come back and win their next 4 games. So only 6 regular season games So you certainly wonder, we've seen a lot of progress made during the season, this very short season that's got so many unusual twists and turns to it, but obviously Providence taking care of business here in the playoffs to make it to their third round.
Absolutely, and a Providence team that historically is very good. Anytime the Spartans make it deep into the playoffs, they're guaranteed to meet up with a Charlotte Mech school, Providence being no exception here. Ardrey-Kell, Providence, Myers Park, all of those schools historically very good, and I'm sure this Providence team, even though they only have an 8-win record, I'm sure that is something that Coach Parham has not taken for granted. He has put in a good preparation for tonight's game. Has a plan again, I'm sure, and we've been promised a good game, and that's all we can ask for is both teams playing their best and a good match here between the Spartans and the Panthers. We're getting ready to have the national anthem sung by our very own Justin Johnson. So we'll step away as we have the national anthem followed by player introductions. You're watching the Spartan Sports Network.
For the singing of our national anthem tonight, Mr. Justin Johnson.
Well, there you go. I just got attacked by my microphone. There you go, Justin Johnson with the national anthem, and I'm proud to know that, man. I'll tell you what, that's a treat right there. We might have to get an interview with this guy. I mean, holy moly, what a great job. You know, live performances are not as easy as people make them look, and Justin just did a fantastic job making that just look easy. That's like he's like singing the phone book out there, like, no big deal, just give me some songs, I'll just knock it out. So we have
a way to start tonight.
Absolutely. Sure. Providence is going to go ahead and start. Number 10, Nyla McGill. Number 15, that's Eva Butler. We're going to have number 21, Madison Skinner. Number 33, Delaney Hill. And 32, Lindsay Nolan. South Caldwell will again, as you said, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they will be without their, I guess you would call her a shooting guard, Kaylee Anderson, unavailable for the contest tonight as she will have to serve a 2-game suspension. South Caldwell starters will be number 2, KP, number 3, Olivia Miller, number 10, Kinley Jackson, number 32, Caitlin Wynn, and the season pivot girl, number 40, Faith Curtis, who we have discussed off broadcast how much of an impact has Faith Curtis made for the Spartans in the second half of the season.
It's been noticeable.
Yeah.
It's been highly noticeable. When she is in the game, she really helps complete a balanced attack for this team. She does a little bit of everything, to be honest with you. Even we saw her come up with some steals in Thursday night's game against Lake Norman, but Faith Curtis absolutely changed the dynamic of this team when she joined about midway through the season, and does a lot of things well, but probably the most important thing that she does is she frees up the rest of the team to really fill their role in the best way that they can. So we've seen a balanced effort from the entire team, the entire Lady Spartan team, and that's going to be really important tonight as they get started.
Yep, and another thing that the ladies will have tonight that they have not had previously, that's the 6th man. They have a student section here that is loud, rambunctious. I'm going to tell you right now, Jason, I came at 4:30 to set everything up. These guys have been here already since 3 o'clock. They've been tailgating. They're ready to go.
They've been waiting.
They have been
for this.
itching to get in here, have a student section, and I know they're going to get loud today. They were the first fans in the stands.
You've even commented on it this season that getting fans back in the stands is as much about the students as it is anybody, giving them a chance to cheer for their teammates.
The Providence will start off with the ball as we have no jump balls. It'll be McGill bringing it in. McGill there up at the top. And she's going to be looking to find something early as the Providence Panthers will take it easy. Just passing around the outside here. South Caldwell in the 2-3 zone. Curtis there in the middle, and that's going to be a turnover. Great start for the South Caldwell Spartans.
I love the sound of fans cheering. That was great right there. Great help in the post by Curtis, and I believe it was Wynn providing a double team, knocked the ball free.
Wynn's going to pick up her dribble, gives it back to Miller. Miller will try to drive. She pulls up, fades. Oh, yes! Good hesitation on that high release. Miller through the lane, and that'll be the first points of the game for Olivia Miller. Good help defense. Curtis gets out there on the wing to guard number 21, Madison Skinner. And Providence will look to set it up again. Trying to feed inside and against Curtis there in the zone. Now just content to pass around the top. Once again, McGill. Now she'll cut to the lane. Tries to get it over to number 21, Madison Skinner. But Wynn with great defense there. Comes and intercepts the pass. And 2 quick turnovers for Providence starting this one. KP will pick it up. Feeds Faith Curtis inside. That turnaround is good. Spartans off to a quick start, and Providence wants to talk about it. And goodness gracious, listen to that, gentlemen. Woo! It's like we're having a game in here.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We have fans, and they are making their voices heard right now, and I love every bit of it.
Now, Jason, I just want to let you know that we're hearing a lot of crowd noise, and I hope that's not going to distract our folks at home. Just playing. I love it. Already we see the Spartans utilizing their 2 scorers. Olivia Miller finding success in the lane. Faith Curtis also getting fed down low, and a nice job there in the paint, Faith Curtis, as she is pretty evenly matched with the Providence center, number 32, Lindsay Nolan. Again, it'll be McGill bringing it up the court for the Panthers. And we'll see if the coach has something different this time, as it looks like they'll run a little motion offense once again, trying to find somebody open in the corner. That's McGill's first shot of the game, and goodness gracious, nice high release. Give her 3 points. Curtis does a nice job getting out there, but not enough to make any impact on the ball. KP will try to go inside to Curtis. Bad pass, but Curtis goes out there and gets it. Good job of Curtis not giving that possession up. Win now, she'll look. Good defense by McGill. Curtis will come up with that one, hands it off to Miller. Miller now, she looks. Has it stripped partially, gets it back, hands it over to Jackson. Jackson in the corner, she'll dribble out and dribbles on the line. Steps foot on the line, it's going to be a turnover. South Caldwell, their first turnover of the game.
Yeah, really solid defensive pressure from the Panthers. Playing some man-to-man and applying tight pressure, not really letting the Spartans breathe and get comfortable in that last offensive set.
Yep. Once again, it'll be McGill. 15 is Butler. Butler back up top to Hill. And we've already seen McGill. I saw McGill warming up, and she was literally 5 feet outside the arch and still able to drain them. So she's got some range. Another one that's hitting shots earlier was number 15. That one, though, Butler shot no good, as that'll be a South Caldwell possession now. Miller comes up to get it from Wynn. Last game we saw Wynn, the main ball carrier or handler for South Caldwell. We'll see if that progresses throughout the day. KP not getting a lot of action early here. Curtis rather, inside. Can't get that one to go, and it'll be out of bounds off of Jackson.
Coach, we're about 3 minutes in, and these first 3 minutes played a lot cleaner on both sides than what we saw on Thursday night. Just really good fundamental basketball. A few turnovers, but just great help defensively on both sides.
And there we go. Curtis going to be in position. McGill tries to get the rebound over her back. They're going to call a quick over-the-back foul. That'll be McGill's first. First foul of the game will go against number 10, Nyla McGill. Oh, Wynn goes down hard. We'll see if this is a backcourt. Nope, it was tipped away. Miller now will recover, gets it back. Feeds Curtis inside. She'll go all the way. That won't go. Tries to knock it back to the Spartans, but unable to, as good hands there by Skinner as she holds on to it. Butler now drives the lane, tries to dump it down inside. Good help defense by Wynn will disrupt that pass. Skinner will come up with it though. Now McGill over to Butler. Butler, good move, shakes KP. She'll drop one as a really nice drive by Eva Butler.
Yeah, she got a great first step, driving the lane right there, and found herself wide open for a little 8-foot floater. Really nice job creating that open shot.
KP now will feed Miller inside. Miller turn around. That won't go. In and out of the basket. Miller does a good job not drawing the contact, and it'll be all the way coast to coast. McGill, but good rebound. Jackson in position as she also runs the court and gets back. 3 minutes left in the first quarter, as it had a lot of good action here. KP now will come get the ball from Wynn, and they'll set something up.
As we're watching the Spartans get started in this game, we saw some different options playing the point on Thursday night. And so far, it still looks like they're looking to use Wynn running the offense, and that did kind of stagnate the offense a few times.
Yep. Curtis tries to feed Jackson on the backdoor cut, and sloppy pass there. Jackson can't get a hold of it. I'm surprised that Curtis didn't pull up and shoot right there. She has been pretty good from the long range, and Coach Palm, after the game, the first round game, was actually talking to Faith Curtis saying, you need to shoot that shot. Don't be afraid of it. It's there. You hit them. Let's go. Take it.
Yeah, the Spartans have been pretty aggressive offensively in the playoffs, coming out just really firing with any open shot that they have. And you can tell both teams still filling each other out right here early on. Looks like it's been a battle this first quarter.
Yep.
Can expect a tight game all night long.
Yeah, I think if that's accurate, I think we can expect a tight game. Also, we can expect some more stunts from the cheerleaders. I'm pretty excited about that, too.
So anyway, get back to the point about running the offense. They've showed some different things. It's kind of like they weren't sure whether Wynn or KP was going to be running the offense through them up front.
Right.
And we've already kind of seen both of those options this game, and going to see what Coach Palm chooses to do, which option is going to create the best offensive possessions for them.
Out of the timeout, we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Palm wants to make offensively as well as defensively.
Spartans setting up in a 2-3 zone.
It's going to be Butler out top again. She'll pass it over to Hill. Hill over to McGill in the corner. McGill shot off. Wynn will get ahead. All the way strong. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Caitlin Wynn. As she's frustrated with that one. Late call, but maybe the right call.
Wynn really had two defenders to worry about. She got by the first one, probably the right call to try to attack, and then the second defender was in position, little deeper under the basket, and that got her into trouble.
Yep. Sometimes they'll let that one go, no call, but this time they felt like it was enough that they should call it. It's going to be another miss for Butler, as she's 0 for 2 now from outside. KP with the ball will try to run some offense here. Drives into the corner. Back into Miller. Miller working inside. That won't go. Soft touch, and that's 2 now. 2 really good looks for Miller underneath. All the way down is going to be McGill. And goodness gracious, just rips the ball away from Olivia Miller. Miller not happy with that. And she had the rebound, and McGill just absolutely takes it away.
That's where that spacing gets you into trouble. The two Spartans were too close together, and McGill able to get in there and wreak some havoc on the short-range pass.
Wynn's shot won't go. Good lane for her, but she had to alter the body a little more than she wanted to. And that's going to be an easy lane for Butler. Butler can't get that to go either. Contact away from the ball, but it was negligible. No call on either one. Now Wynn at the top.
Keep an eye on Wynn here. Seems to be favoring one leg or the other.
Wynn a little gimpy. Maybe she can work it out. They're going to keep her in. She shoots that three-point shot. No good, and nope, coach doesn't like it. He pulls her out. They'll take a look at Wynn on the bench.
That last possession for Providence where Butler drove the lane, there were a couple people that went down. I believe Wynn was one of them, so we're going to keep an eye. Hopefully Caitlin's okay there.
Absolutely. It'll be Chloe Phillips into the game for the Spartans. Her first action of the night off the bench. You're going to see a lot more of her tonight as Anderson unavailable. Coach talking to her earlier. And no shot travel called on McGill.
I'll tell you what, McGill is not gun shy. She is looking to fire the shots that she gets.
KP good. Box out there to get possession. She'll be bringing it up. Wynn not in, so it'll be KP having to bring it up. KP, almost took it, doesn't like it. Also in the game, Hevner. Hevner's block will be tipped away by McGill. Spartan ball with 29 seconds. You'll see if coach wants to play for the last possession. Yes, he does. He holds up one finger. Last possession of the quarter. Miller now. Oh, she'll just shoot the 3 ball. That's in and out. And Providence now will have a chance. 33, that's Hill. She'll pull it back over to Butler. Butler over to McGill. McGill with 7 seconds drives, kicks it back out. That's a really nice possession for the Panthers. And 1.6 seconds left, as that's the first time we've heard an air ball chant all season.
It's been mostly parents at the game so far. I guess they let the air balls go.
Absolutely. Well, the first quarter's in the books. It's a low-scoring one, but really good defense being played by both teams. Providence will come up with a better set of points, 7-4, 3-point lead going into the second quarter. And if you're a Spartan fan, you got to be happy with the amount of good-looking shots the Spartans have had. They've just had a little trouble getting those to fall. Miller, especially, she's had 3 really good looks under the basket, and all 3 of them have kind of gone in and out and have not gone the way of the Spartans. But still, good offensive opportunities. You have to feel good if you're Coach Parham with what you're able to accomplish right now on the offensive side of the ball.
Absolutely. You mentioned that Miller's getting good looks. She's getting position close to the basket. And you look at that matchup, her shot's been what looks to be unaffected when she's that close. So you got to like that option. If you're the Spartans, if you're getting Olivia close to the basket, you're going to keep exploring that and see if you can get her going offensively here in the second quarter.
Absolutely. As far as the defense goes, South Caldwell happy with that as well. The 2-3 working really well, forcing Providence really to try to cut the lane and kick it out. And so far, the shooting has not been there for the Panthers, as they've missed quite a few from the outside. They're 1 for 5 right now from the perimeter. And the South Caldwell Spartan defense working in that 2-3 zone. We'll see if Coach Parham wants to stay there or if he'll go ahead and switch it up man-to-man against this very athletic Panthers team. Now KP over to Miller. Sorry, Curtis.
And then they are trying to match Miller up underneath the basket. They know that's been there for in first quarter, so they're going to go right after it here.
KP, she'll shoot, leave her open, and she'll take it, knock it down, and there you go, tie ball game. Good shot by KP, and she's feeling it right now. It'll be 33 Hill now at the head of the court. Running a little motion, she'll pull and shoot. That's going to be off. Curtis with a good box out rebound. Spartans playing really good in that zone to box out for the defensive rebounds. That's one weakness of a 2-3 zone is sometimes those offensive players can slip in there. KP finds Curtis under the basket.
That is absolutely great recognition. Curtis sensed that KP was rolling to her right, immediately drops down to the basket and gets rewarded with a close range shot there.
Oh, she can hit from there, ladies and gentlemen. Butler heaves one, but that won't go. KP now will take it slow. No need to rush. Butler really pesky here, pressuring the ball. KP over to Miller. Miller finds Jackson. Jackson didn't know it was coming. Wide open, too.
Pass was on the money. She just didn't know that she was going to be that open. Caught her off guard.
Well, you know, sometimes when you cut to the basket, you think, okay, we're running this play. I am an option, but I'm probably not the option.
Right.
Jackson that time, though, was the option and didn't suspect the pass. She'll do better next time, though. She's a quick learner. That ball is going to be just thrown out of bounds. Another turnover for Providence. That's 4 in this half so far. KP working against Butler. And Wynn back into the game for the Spartans. Happy to see that. Now a little full court pressure. South Caldwell doing well, though. KP bringing it across the half. Very pesky, though, is Butler. KP now off the screen. She'll kick it over to Wynn in the corner. Wynn tries to feed it into Curtis. And Curtis just can't get there. Providence trying to push it up ahead. And that's going to be just another turnover for the Panthers.
Yeah, last offensive possession, Curtis still managing to get great position. Was matched up that time against Lindsey Nolan. And just didn't put enough lob on the pass. Curtis wasn't able to reel it in.
Here we go. Another good screen off the ball. KP's shot won't go. She had a wide open look at it, but another shot that the Spartans just can't knock down. McGill now trying to take over. Oh, good help defense as Olivia Miller out there to contest Hill's shot.
Yeah, we've seen McGill, Butler, and Delaney Hill, all three perimeter players for Providence. They are firing at will. So
KP has to dribble out of that.
Spartans are going to have to really keep an eye on where their shooters are throughout this game.
KP over to Curtis. Curtis, ooh, thought that was going to go. It doesn't. And look at Miller getting down on the floor. She's never going to give up on that. Tries to come behind. Does poke it away. Can't come up with a steal, though. Now they need to reset. South Caldwell does get back into the 2-3 zone. I thought Miller might have a cheap one there.
That was some nice playoff hustle by Miller to get back. McGill didn't expect her to recover so quickly. But McGill's been really active as well defensively, is able to track down that loose ball.
All right, Butler from the corner. She's already hit one. Give her another. As she shoots and is pure, that'll be Providence lead back up by 1. Now KP off the screen, finds Curtis in the paint, back out to Jackson. Jackson's shot won't go, as that was another open look that the Spartans could not knock down. Oh, Butler left open again. Can't go back to back, but nobody boxes out. Oh, good knock by KP. And that's going to be a foul against Butler. Relatively clean game so far. Really only 3 fouls total for the whole first half so far. So both teams playing a really clean game. Now KP up to Miller. Miller will put it on the deck, drives in, and that's going to be out of bounds off of Miller. And we're going to have some officiating. Nope, it's going to be overturned, saves South Caldwell ball. Yeah, that was blocked That's the right call.
Good teamwork by the officiating too right there.
And we're going to have Hevner check in, give Curtis a much-earned break. Curtis working hard here. And we'll have a media timeout as third round of the playoffs. You have to have your media timeout. We'd like to thank CCC and TI for their sponsorship of tonight's game, as well as our entire basketball season. They have just been a fantastic help, and a lot of money that they have put into the athletic program in an effort to maintain what we are able to do here at South Caldwell. So we really appreciate CCC and TI for their continued support of South Caldwell athletics. All right, enough of that. Back to it. We've got a 10-9 game here with 3 minutes, 58 seconds left in the first half, and relatively clean game as far as fouls go. The thing you have to look at are, for the South Caldwell offense, are the missed shots. They've had a lot of missed shots that have been open. And for Providence, if you're looking at how Providence can shore things up, their biggest issue has been the turnovers. They have 6 turnovers this half, and they've got to play a little bit clean off the ball if they want to extend this lead on a very good Spartan team. So,
Coach has great analysis, and those are the 2 issues for the 2 teams here thus far in the first half. And I think South Caldwell's really got to find where their go-to options are going to be. They proved early in the second quarter they were going to go to Miller, and haven't posted her up since then.
All right, Miller to KP, back to Miller. Miller stops and shoots, and holy moly, what a jumper. That's just nasty.
We've seen that in the playoffs where Miller just, this is my turn to get involved here, and she takes care of it.
Butler over to Skinner. Skinner's going to get McGill in the corner. Corner gets trapped, but again, sloppy ball handling by the Panthers. Almost another turnover. That time, though, Hill able to get a hold of it. Skinner now back over to McGill. McGill will take it all the way, and we're going to have a foul on Jackson as she left her feet. If she stays stationary, I think that's an offensive foul.
Yeah, and she got turned just a little bit. It almost looked like she had good position for you, but you could tell she turned at the last minute. Really good job by McGill drawing that foul.
Yeah, McGill actually rotates the body just enough, takes that extra little angle and draws the foul. She'll get rewarded with 2 shots, both going down from the foul line.
So first 2 free throws of the game.
There you go. And the Panthers will retake the lead. 12-11 here with 3 minutes left in the half. Miller will hand off to KP. KP picks up her dribble. She's got to get rid of it. Miller will bail her out at the top of the key.
So we see a stationary Spartan offense right here, just letting Miller go to work.
And Miller, she'll get the foul. Draws that on number 33. That's Hill's first. And Miller will get to go to the line and shoot 2. That first one will go. The friendly roll off of the rim. That must be a South Caldwell Spartan rim. Give her a friendly roll. Miller's second now. And she'll get them both and give the Spartans the lead back. Now Curtis will come in, relieve Hevner. Good minutes from Hevner, as she's done a really good job filling the void when Curtis is not in the game. No real defensive difference with Hevner and Curtis, but big offensive difference. Curtis being in there adds so much dimension to the South Caldwell offense. So Coach Palm definitely going to try to keep her in there as much as possible. Oh, great move by McGill. Can't get it to go, and Miller will chase down the rebound. She's looking to press. Phillips is on up ahead. Oh, what a good no look, but better defense as McGill lays out for it, interrupts the pass.
Yeah, great job by Chloe Phillips getting to the basket. Miller caught her just a little bit late. It was there and gave McGill just enough time to recover defensively.
Oh, there you go. And that's going to be a foul on Hill. Curtis with the easy look under the basket. That would have gone in if Hill hadn't pulled her arm. Now we're going to have some free throw shots by Faith Curtis. And like I said, as soon as she gets in the game, the offensive difference is staggering. Well, we want to thank all of our watchers joining tonight's broadcast. We have a skeleton crew just Just Gracie on the camera. Our computer operator had a family thing come up, so Jason Anderson unable to be with us. Hate that he couldn't be here tonight. He does a fantastic job, but good action so far here, Jason Childers. We've got a really good game between Providence and South Caldwell. Oh, Spartan bench wanted a walk on that one, but no call.
I want to give Spartans a shout out on the rebounding so far in this game. Really taking care of business underneath the glass. All the missed shots, doing a good job of boxing out, and limiting the Panthers to that one opportunity to score.
There it is again. Olivia Miller just lighting it up from about 6-7 feet. If she gets open, she's going to knock it down. Miller doing a really good job off that penetration. Now they'll try to go feed underneath, back outside, and I'll tell you right now, Webb was not ready for that pass. Another turnover, Providence. Wynn will bring it across the court. She seems to be better. I don't see any gimpiness left there, Coach. I think that it might have just been a tweak. And how about that? I think she called it. I think she's okay. Providence wants a timeout, and that's going to get everybody up on their feet. You want to get the crowd into it, call a timeout.
What a great job by Wynn, recognizing that nobody was stopping the ball, so I'll just keep going to the basket. And good for two right there on the layup. Well, Coach, I'm looking at this Providence Panther team, and I don't want to say they have a lack of size, because I think what they have out on the floor they're able to use really, really well.
Right.
And they have some taller type guards that are very active under the basket. You can tell that works for them pretty well.
It does.
But you don't have that true post player by size,
right,
that we've seen in the first two rounds of the playoffs, and so we're going to have to see how that works out. But what I'm really paying attention to is when Miller catches the ball in the low post for the Spartans, nobody's really shown they can stop her down there yet, and you wonder if they've got some size on the bench that they might experiment with here.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to make some adjustments. Otherwise, Miller's just going to tear him up. As she has shown all season long that if she's given an opportunity to score, she will take it. She is by far the leading Spartan scorer, and you have to think that if she has an opportunity to put up record numbers tonight, she will. 1 minute left in the half, as we'll see what the Providence coach draws up for some adjustments here before they head into the locker room. It's going to be McGill once again over to Skinner. Skinner back over to McGill. McGill will go ahead and pull that one, and in and out. She'll try to save it, and it'll end up being Miller with the ball. Miller now one-on-one, goes all the way up. No foul called. Just a good, clean strip. Great defense by number 32. I think that was Nolan, right? Or was that 21 Skinner? I couldn't tell. One of them. 21 Skinner. Great defense. KP now to inbounds to see if they can't run something for Miller. They do. She's open. That's going to be a foul as Skinner a little late to the ball. And Miller will get to go to the line, shoot two. I'll tell you right now, it is a whole different atmosphere in here than we have had with the fans. And Spartan ladies definitely feeding off that, as they have shown a lot more emotion tonight than they have in the past. Miller a little bit empty on the first one and a little bit hard on the second one, but Wynn there should go up. No foul called, as the Providence player does a good job of not moving their feet. McGill over to Butler. Butler doesn't give it right back to McGill. McGill a little bit frustrated there, wanted it right back. And that's going to be a travel as Butler shifts her feet. Another Providence turnover.
Yeah, you sense the communication going on right there between Butler and McGill, and Providence not really sure what they wanted off of that offensive possession.
KP now will hold for the last shot. We'll try to run it into Miller. Miller turns and shoots. Win right there, and she'll draw the foul with a good position and put back.
That's great position underneath the basket by Wynn. If that ball bounced 1 inch long, it was going to be her ball no matter what. Great job being aware and being ready for the rebound.
Yeah, Wynn doing a really nice job on the rebounding front. She's got quite a few tonight. And the free throw line woes continue for Caitlin Wynn. Although you can't say too much about her. She iced the game with 2 solid shots at the end of it, but struggled throughout the second round match. Does go 1 for 2 here, though, and KP just applying a little pressure here. It will be a foul on the floor on Olivia Miller. That was a bailout foul. Olivia thought that she had the clean strip. She must have had some contact that the official saw. Coach Pond doesn't like it, but it is what it is. That's going to be blocked by KP as McGill can't even get a half shot up. And as you go into halftime, it's going to be South Caldwell 20, Providence 12, and a great start for the South Caldwell Spartans.
Coach ended the first quarter with 7 for Providence. Something stands out to me is when KP came out to start out that second quarter and nailed that 3-point shot to even it up. Immediately erased any thought of a deficit right there, and from then on, it's been a lot of offense from the Lady Spartans, outscoring Providence in that second quarter 16-5. So that was a big quarter for the Lady Spartans. They were able to really confuse the Panthers, I believe, with their defense. They were very active, creating a lot of loose balls, a lot of the turnovers that you already mentioned, and also cleaning up on the defensive rebounding, really just limiting the Panthers to that one chance to score.
Yeah, that's been the story for your Panthers. If you're a Providence fan and you're wondering why the disparity is an 8-point one, Providence has 9 turnovers in the first half, and that's not going to help you get points on the board. If you can't control the ball, that's going to be an issue. And South Caldwell doing a really nice job. They only have 2 turnovers, so South Caldwell keeping track of the ball, and that is something that we have not seen from the Spartans. Normally they're a little bit sloppy in the first half, but doing a really good job tonight of controlling and taking good care of the ball.
That's right. You talk about the pace of the game, and sometimes you need to attack, especially off of a steal. When you got some open court in front of you, those are times that you really need to push. What we saw early season from the Spartans is they wanted to play fast throughout the game, and they were the ones committing a lot of turnovers.
Yep.
What you see this second half of the season, and right now with this playoff run, is that they're more patient.
Yes.
They're picking their moments to do that, and it just feels like they've got a really good grasp on their team and what's working for them. You saw Wynn and KP really diligently working the ball down the court and picking their moments when they were going to push.
Absolutely. Also, what we've seen tonight that we have not really seen a whole lot of is the South Caldwell having the advantage when it comes to size under the basket. South Caldwell has Curtis and Wynn, both of which who are going to be just not much, but just a little bit taller and a little bit bigger than any Providence player on their roster. And so you have to wonder if that impact is something that is allowing the South Caldwell defense to stay in that 2-3 zone because they have that size. Providence going to need to shoot over top of it, and so far they've hit a couple outside shots, but they have not been as successful from the perimeter as I'm sure the Providence coach would want them to be.
Yeah, your first half numbers for the Panthers, you got Nyla McGill right now with 7, both of the jumpers coming from outside for her, and then Eva Butler with 5. So you just have 2 scorers right now, and that's what we've seen. A lot of their opportunities coming from outside, having to shoot over the top. Just really nothing going for them in the paint. And on the Spartan side, KP, we talked about that 3-pointer she nailed early in the second. You got Olivia Miller with 8. You got Caitlin Wynn with 2. Oh, I missed one there. She hit a free throw right there then, so she's got 3 right now. And you've got Faith Curtis with 6. So you sense that. You sense that South Caldwell's getting a little bit more contribution across the board than the Panthers are thus far.
Yeah, and we talked about that last game, that when the South Caldwell Spartan offense is rolling, it's not just from one player. It's not just the Olivia Miller show or the Faith Curtis show. It's evenly spread out throughout the entire team and getting bench points as well. Now, they are missing one of their pure shooters, Kaylee Anderson, as she won't be available due to the suspension. But it's so far, we've had good minutes from Chloe Phillips and from Hebner coming in, doing a really good job kind of helping continue the ball movement on the offensive side and finding really good shot selection.
That's right. And we've talked this year, Coach, about Kaylee Anderson. What she gives you offensively, you get that much defensively when you bring Kenley Jackson. So Kenley gets the start tonight. and she has come up with a lot of those loose balls. She's been quick to get the loose rebounds, so she's cleaning up a lot of stuff for the Spartans underneath. And like you mentioned, Chloe Phillips playing some important minutes tonight and doing a good job.
Yeah, Coach Palm, he really has really good depth on his bench. Somebody that's not even been in the game tonight. We talk about Austin, another player who we have seen absolutely get domination on the defensive rebound. So he's got depth too if he needs it. Parham not even really tapping all of the talent he's got. And again, you know, when you look at the scorers, it's good to see it's good to see Miller, rather, knocking shots down. She's one of those players that once she starts feeling it, you better look out. And if they have to double team, triple team her, the thing about Miller that I like the most is she's got great vision. She will find her teammates and she will dump it when she knows that she's absolutely covered up.
That's right, Coach. And we talked this season about her high release. We talked about her ability to get her shot where she wants it and when she wants it, and that's really the reason I mentioned the size for the Panthers is if Olivia Miller is going to continue to be your number one scoring option, I really think it's there for her close to the basket, just without the size to contend with that jump shot that she's got when she gets close to the basket and a nice high release.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry, I drifted off because with fans in the stands, it's also our first Cotton Eye Joe line dance. I mean, all the traditions coming back out here for the South Caldwell students, and had a chance to talk with a few of my seniors Friday, and I said, are y'all gonna be coming to the game? And they said, oh, we wouldn't miss it for the world. If we can come, we will be there. And so they've been waiting all year for this. I know that they were hopeful they were gonna have a full basketball season of it, but they're just gonna have one night of it. So, well, at least one night of it. We have another thing that we'd like to mention here at halftime, for those of you that are interested, we have sponsorship opportunities for the stream. If you want to help support Spartan Athletics and get your name on our stream, feel free to contact Coach Jeff Parham, and we would love to be able to put your logo down the bottom of the corner of the screen like CCC and TI. And again, we want to just thank CCC and TI for their support and providing this opportunity for us. Also, we would be remiss if we did not thank our fantastic SCHS administration, who we've got a bunch of them here tonight. It's been an easier sports season for the administration with the lack of fans. They haven't needed as many administrators here. So
not in the last 48 hours. No. I'm sure across the state, administrations have been scrambling. That's kind of the way the last year's gone. It's like you wait a little bit and things are going to change. You're going to have new regulations. You have new protocols, restrictions, whatever that you have to follow. And so that's no different this week.
Nope.
Where you're used to doing things one way, Wednesday's announcement and Friday's new protocol, all of a sudden you have to change everything about how you're doing it. And so we see our administration out in full force tonight, making sure that the fans feel safe here and that all the protocols are followed.
And I'm going to tell you right now, we would be absolutely crazy not to say hats off to a bunch of different people. I'm not going to list names, that'll get me in trouble, but there were about 20 folks in on the planning to make sure that we could have as many people in this building as we are allowed, but to make sure also that everything is done according to protocol and no issues are going to be had. So I know that there was a lot of work and a lot of meetings to ensure that safety was our number one priority, and number two priority, get as many people who wanted to come watch this game in the building. So kudos to the administration as well as a bunch of other faculty who are in on that, and we really appreciate all that. Also, want to give a big old shout out to Rich McKercher, who has been, I don't want to say what his job has been all season.
He's kind of incognito.
He wants to stay incognito, so I won't say what he's been doing, but his help has been vital to the success of our stream. And so thank you, Rich McKercher. Another shout out to your competition is what she calls it, Becky McKercher. She said she's the better co-anchor. That's what she says. I have to say that you both bring different skill sets to the table. I won't say who's better.
Let's be honest that I lucked up. because somehow I landed the varsity gig right here, and they have playoffs.
That is true.
We know if there was a varsity anchoring position, we know that Becky would come down with that every time.
Oh, absolutely.
But hats off to Rich, too. I want to give a shout-out to Rich.
Let's do it.
That's one super Spartan right there. You talk about somebody that does a lot for this school, and we certainly appreciate the many, many hats that he wears, and the ones that we can't even talk about that he's doing for the school right now.
Absolutely. McKerchers, for those of you that don't know, just a solid family. They're the type of folks that you want to have on faculty because they bleed maroon. Literally, you have a Spartan event and you ask them to be a part of it, and they'll be here. So we're tickled to death to have them on faculty. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we got a good one here. 1 minute left in halftime, and if you have to come up with a game plan for the Spartans to maintain or increase this lead, what are your keys to success for the Spartans in the second half?
For the Spartans, looking at this Providence team, I don't know them well, but early it looks like their main go-to scorers are going to be McGill, Butler, and Hill. They were the ones looking to shoot the most frequently, and so you got to really lock in on them because they were able to get some really nice-looking shots. And my goodness, McGill looks like she could create about anything that she wants to. If I was Providence, I would really try to start moving McGill around more. When she stays to the outside, it didn't look like their team moved the ball as well, and it looked like they were just settling for shots. But when she was driving, it looked like she could get into the lane and maybe create some problems, and just really savvy with the ball as well. So for the Spartans, you got to be aware of where they are, and then you got to keep running the offense that you want to run and stick with it because that's worked well for them in the playoffs.
Absolutely. I think you're dead on there as far as the Spartans. Offensively, you just need to start making shots that you have that are open. Other than that, they've looked really, really good. And again, I think you hit the nail on the head there, brother, with the McGill. They have to run the offense through McGill. She's their most talented player, and she's got to touch the ball and create the offensive opportunities for Providence, either off of a pass off the ball or some sort of screen to get her involved. Here we go, right out of the half. It's going to be Butler. She'll kick it back to Skinner. Skinner now to McGill, and that's a quick pass over the corner. Hill, though, gets covered up quick. They'll go back out to McGill, and there you go. Kinley Jackson drawing the offensive foul as you hit it there during halftime.
That was one of those. McGill thought she could turn sideways and slide by and just kick out at the last minute, but Jackson had good position. There was contact, so the referee calls the charge.
There you go. KP now gets doubled. Get it back over to Miller. Miller underneath pass. I don't know how she got that to Wynn, but Wynn scoops it up and takes it to the basket. What a great start for the Spartans.
Coach, that's that great vision you were talking about. Miller, I think, really wanted to shoot that, but then at the last possible minute, Wynn pops open. A really great job giving her the ball.
There's a offensive rebound. Yes, I had it right. Offensive rebound by Nolan. Put back. Curtis out of position. She just pushes her in the back. They're going to give her the shot and the foul. That's an and-one opportunity. Three-point play the classic way for Nolan here.
Yeah, you don't like that foul for Curtis right there. When you're out of position, you're beat. It's better to give him 2 points than a chance at three right here, as well as picking up that personal foul.
Yeah, Curtis has done well throughout the playoffs to avoid foul trouble, and you don't want to have that start here in the third round, as she is an integral part of the offensive scheme for the South Caldwell Spartans. Here we go. Inside out option there. Back to Jackson. Back into Curtis. Curtis turnaround. Yes! That's pretty.
Great job by Jackson feeding Curtis the ball at a place where she can do something with it. And we've seen that option there throughout the game for Curtis. Great job close to the basket.
South Caldwell will stay in the 2-3 zone. They've done a really good job of rotating to the ball and covering up the wings. Providence still trying to get something going there as last trip down, McGill shot from way outside. You have to think that she's starting to feel the clock pressuring her and trying to put her team on her back.
Might have something to do with her coming out of the game, too.
Oh, wow. Good drive there by Butler as she just slices through that zone. And that's the other way you beat the zone. Attack the gaps and get to the basket. Good job there by Butler, exposing the weakness of that 2-3 zone. Jackson now from the corner. Yep. Good eyes once again by Miller as she finds Jackson open, and Jackson knocks it down.
We don't see her offensively a lot, but what a confident shot right there by Jackson. Way to step into it. That's exactly what you got to do if you get the opening.
Wynn will pull that one down. Good position under the basket to box out. And it'll be a one and done for the Providence Panthers on that trip. Miller missed Wynn underneath, but gets it to her anyway. Butler goes for the steal, comes up empty. KP will kick it to Jackson. That's the same shot she just hit and knocks it down again. Good ball rotation, and the Panthers want to talk about it.
We talk about balanced offense, Coach. You got to have weapons all over the court, and we continue to see new weapons emerge. Two great confident shots right there. Really credit to the Spartans for swinging the ball back over to the weak side. Panthers, don't remember what player, but somebody overcommitted trying to get the steal, so they knew that they were going to have an opening on the other side. Quick ball rotation creates good offense.
And I'm going to tell you right now, that has been the story of today's game. Spartans really finding the open player and having a lot of really wide open shots. Fortunately now, Jackson knocking them down.
McGill checks back into the game here. You wonder, you saw, I believe it was Butler get 2 points on that drive. We talked about attacking the zone with dribble penetration, so you got to wonder if that's what Providence is wanting to do here.
Well, it'll be Butler at the top, and she gets to go. She tries to penetrate that time. That pass, though, is going to go off of Madison Skinner's hands, and it's another Providence turnover. Miller, that's just smart, savvy play. Pops it up and gets it back. Now beats the defense all the way down. Straight to the basket. No Providence player steps in. And that's just too easy for Olivia Miller. Oh, good cut through the lane. McGill gets it blocked by Curtis. Wynn fights for it and will pull down the defensive rebound. Hands it off to KP. KP will get rid of it to Miller. Now Miller finds Jackson in the corner. She's open again. Oh, can't go 3 for 3. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Miller. Jackson was feeling it, I'm telling you right now.
she was feeling that third basket going in. Hey, great defense by Faith Curtis on McGill underneath the post back on the Panthers' last offensive possession. And great job by McGill by staying active with it. But Curtis made her get strong under the basket, and so she overpowered the second shot. That's what that defensive pressure does. It alters what should be easy shots and makes them more difficult.
Yeah, that's the difference between having someone like Curtis in the game or having to play small. Curtis adds that extra size underneath. McGill, though, content to shoot. Spartans don't do a good job boxing out that time. McGill will get her own shot back. This time, Spartans do cover up their men, and Miller will come away with a rebound. Miller brings it across. Back to Wynn. And too many people standing around. Coach Palm says, run the offense. Jackson in the corner. Wynn underneath, and yes, sir! No Providence player comes through, no help defense. Yeah, and the lack of communication gives Wynn an easy bucket.
Wynn made no hesitation what she was doing. Just nobody from Providence followed her under the basket there.
Oh, Wynn will pull that shot down too, that rebound. Butler agitated. Going to play some tough defense here as she's seeing a lot of things happen that she does not like. Going to try to take the game in her own hands with that aggression. Spartans do a good job of just bringing it across the half. It'll be Curtis in the middle. That one won't go. Miller in the mix, can't get it. It'll be Butler coming up with it. And Butler will just look to attack. Doesn't like it. Kicks it back out. McGill. Now back over to Butler. Butler to the corner. That's an open look. In and out. Curtis will knock it out of bounds.
We're starting to see the Spartans a little slow to react on the defensive rebounding now. It's something they did really well in the first half, and it's created some second opportunities here for the Panthers.
And we're going to have a media timeout. Austin was getting ready to check in to relieve Jackson, as you said it. Getting a little gassed, having a hard time getting out to the corner. Coach Palm recognizes that, wants some fresh legs on the court. We'll see if the timeout's going to be enough to give Jackson a moment to breathe. And if she gets to go back out, or if Austin will check into the game out of this media timeout. South Caldwell, though, off to a great start in the second half as Jackson efficient there from the corner. Also, a nice ball movement, or a nice movement off the ball, rather, for Wynn, cutting through the lane.
And I believe that pass came from Jackson. So Jackson not only able to step up, knock down some really big, opportune baskets, but eyes open, looking for teammates, creating easy opportunities under the goal.
Absolutely. South Caldwell with a 32-17 lead with 3 minutes, 2 seconds left in the third quarter. And once again, we want to just thank our sponsor, CCC and TI. I think I have to say it at least 10 times is what they told me. I'm just playing. No, we really do appreciate all their sponsorships. So, all right, here we go. It's going to be inbounds for Hill. Hill tries to get McGill under the basket, can't, so she'll just toss it over the top to Butler. Butler back to Hill. Hill will pull. And Jackson in the game can't come up with that rebound. It'll be back to Hill in the corner. And she goes to Butler on the top. Austin is in the game, though. Fresh legs. She should be able to move a little bit. Good help defense there. And it's going to be just McGill dribbling into two Spartans. Can't get the foul called as the Spartans do a good job of just standing still.
In that last play, McGill tried to split the defenders, but there was just nowhere for her to go. And it was either going to be a travel or ball out of bounds, so ball does go out of bounds under there.
Providence switches it up, goes full court press. South Caldwell not ready for it. Coach Parham very frustrated that nobody gets open, has to call the timeout to bail out Wynn. Doesn't want to get the 5-second call. Every possession matters. We've said it 1,000,001 times, and coaches, anytime that inbounds clock starts to tick towards 4 seconds, you're sitting there going, is it timeout time? And Coach Parham says, yep.
Yeah, that's basketball. Sometimes you're just not going to have either the right personnel or you're not going to have the right positioning for whatever the defense throws at you. And that's what coaches really want to save their timeouts for, to not give up those possessions. Like
Absolutely.
You said.
Well, it'll be Austin now this time. She'll be inbounding the ball. And South Caldwell will go ahead and run an inbounds play as Providence still showing full court press. Miller will get it, and she'll dribble out of the corner. Good screen there by Austin. Gets trapped in the corner. That ball's going to get knocked out. Good defense by Butler to deny KP the pass in the corner.
Yeah, really limited her vision there. If she was able to look up, she had Hefner right under the basket wide open.
Yep.
Another dribble or two, she would have seen her.
They'll get it in easily to Wynn this time. And Wynn will have it stripped. Has to pick it up. Austin there, though, to bail her out. Austin will put it down on the deck. Tries to feed Curtis inside. That's a good opportunity, but great defensive ability. By Curtis. And Austin going to get a foul. That's just an aggression play. I turned it over. I'm going to get it back.
Well, the intensity was there, and I think she sensed she had an opportunity to get the steal, so she stuck with it and maybe even lost her balance a little bit there at the end.
McGill does a good job, though, of just taking the contact, getting the foul. So
she absolutely does.
Now they'll work McGill under the basket. Hill over to Skinner. Back over to Hill. There's Button. That's not Butler. That's 5. That's Webb. Sorry, Webb under the basket. And Providence with another turnover as they sloppy.
That was Kendall Webb right there. She got to the ball very quickly, came up with the offensive rebound, which they needed, and then just ran out of real estate before she could make the pass.
Jackson will get the easy inbounds. Back to Wynn. And again, Providence going to play full court. Wynn, though, will dribble across, no problem. And that's going to be another foul on Hill. That's her third. As Wynn able to get the contact there. Hill playing really, really aggressive defense.
You sense that intensity pick up defensively. The Panthers know that it's now. They've got to pick it up now, and you felt that this third quarter, especially defensively from them.
Miller, the look, shoots, that's flat. Jackson saves it out of bounds to Miller. And yes, it'll be Spartan ball. Great effort played by Kenley Jackson to save that to Miller.
Yeah, great hustle and put it in just the right place to where she could, where her teammate Miller could get to it.
Miller from outside, that shot short as well. That'll give McGill an opportunity to go all the way down, and that's easy transition baskets for the Panthers. If you're a Providence fan, you gotta love that they ran the court and able to get easy shots. KP wanted it because she had her defender on the ground. Can't do anything with it, though, as Butler quick to get back up and recover. Oh, Miller. That's going to be a Spartan turnover. And again, all the way down, that's another easy bucket in transition for the Panthers.
That's 2 quick buckets for the Panthers, and you feel like some of that's generated by this defensive intensity that they're providing.
Wynn will go all the way to the basket. No foul, a lot of contact. Hill, she'll drive. Hers is good. And that's 3 quick scores without an answer for the Spartans here at the close of the third quarter. 9-point lead for the Spartans. Miller will hand it off to KP. KP. Back over to Curtis. Curtis will feed Wynn inside. Wynn will work. Turns around. That won't go. And there'll be 15 seconds left in the half. Sorry, in the quarter, rather. As McGill will put it on the deck. Stops, pops. That won't go. Jackson rebounds. Wynn has 6 seconds. Needs to go. And has it picked by McGill. That's just a good play under the basket for McGill. Quick 8 points at the end of the third quarter as Providence, what looks to be a Spartan hefty lead, has now been cut in half.
Well, Spartans had them 32-15, and Panthers run off 8 unanswered points with some great team hustle. We felt that defensive intensity pick up, and immediately what it does is it creates opportunities where the Spartans are out of position. Yep. Most of those points coming on fast break chances right there from a turnover.
Yeah, Providence wanting to increase the tempo, and that's the right play for them as the Spartans not able to take care of the ball. They turn it over another 4 times as that's going to be 7 turnovers for the South Caldwell Spartans in the game. Providence, though, with 12. So South Caldwell still winning the turnover game, but Providence with that pressure, making the Spartans take some bad passes and making bad decisions with the ball.
Well, for Providence, you got to like seeing Delaney Hill get a little bit more involved in the offense. She did pick up that 3rd foul in that 3rd quarter, so she'll have to be careful about that. But getting some other people involved in your offense has really been the difference in the game. We've seen more of that on the Spartan side. And so now South Carolina's going to have to calm down, and they're going to have to work on the pace on their side to see if they can get back into what was working for them.
Yep. They get it into KP. And she's got plenty of time to get it around. She dribbles up past Butler. Butler, good defensive pressure there. Curtis will find Wynn underneath the basket, and that's just good interior play. Curtis recognizing that Wynn had the better angle and drops it off to her.
You got to love it when your post players are always looking for each other. That was great unselfish play.
As we got another turnover as Webb throws that one away. Handoff in the corner. KP says, get out of here. I got this. Finds Curtis. Curtis loses it. It's going to be out of bounds off of Providence as they knock it away. Last to touch it. Curtis never looked comfortable with that ball in the lane.
Well, I think she thought that one dribble was going to get her a better looking shot, but that also brought the defenders into play.
It did.
She was fortunate that it got knocked out by the Panthers.
Miller will go up. Look at Curtis fighting for that. Can't come down with it, though. She'll need to hustle back. McGill now through the lane. Oh, what a shot. Body, good control, goes up, and another shot goes down for McGill as the Providence offense coming to life here in the second half.
You just sense the Spartans aren't getting back as fast as they were in the first half. And right here again, another fast break opportunity.
Yeah, Miller tries to force that one, and McGill just going to go right by her. Coach Plum going to call a timeout as he does not like what's happened here for the Providence resurgence in the second half.
Well, I hope Providence didn't hear our conversation at halftime talking about the need for them to get into the lane and start driving. Now, a lot of these have been transition baskets, but South Caldwell has got to get a game plan for getting back on defense and stopping the ball. A lot of these are just uncontested drives to the basket, and your number one rule of thumb in transition defense is the first thing you do is stop the ball.
Stop the ball. And we've had a couple of just forced passes here. South Caldwell now with 10 turnovers as, again, just sloppy play, and it's leading for easy baskets on the other side. When you're trying to force that shot and you've got 2 guards out on the fast break, and prolific scorers in McGill and Butler. Providence gonna love that kind of success with these turnovers. So South Caldwell needs to go ahead and shore up that offense, crisper passes, better passes, and not allow the Providence Panthers to speed them up on their offensive side of the board. Again, full court press. And South Caldwell sets up to get it inbounds. KP able to get it. Clear on the deck. And she'll get it across the half, no problem. Has it knocked away, and another turnover. Steal there from the Providence Panthers. Hill in the corner, she likes that shot. Knocks it down, and just like that, it's a 2-point ball game. Providence right back in this one. Could be an offensive foul on Olivia Miller. And she telegraphed what she was doing. Good way to take it there by McGill.
That was a hard foul.
That was a very hard foul.
Miller was going pretty close to full speed down the court, and that's one of those situations where you want your opportunities on the fast break, and just wasn't the space that she wanted to get a shot off, and ran out of room. Goes straight through McGill.
Oh, here we go. If you want some crowd noise, you got it. As the Panthers bench getting loud, student section getting loud, and the officials saying, I don't know what's going on. It's getting loud up in here. I don't know why we have the delay. Not exactly sure.
For the fans at home, in case you're wondering, I think y'all have the scoreboard there on your screen, but only 2 team fouls for the Panthers and 3 team fouls for the Spartans. We're still early in the fourth, but you always want to pay attention to that close to the end of the fourth quarter as you wonder when the free throws are going to start up.
And we're going to have a little discussion in the center of the court as there must be some discrepancy somewhere. I'm not sure where it is or what it is, but they'll have a little conversation about it, and as soon as we know, we'll let you know. But we may never know. You know, it's one of those things that may be a mystery for us forever.
You know, on ESPN, when they do the broadcast, the officials, I believe, they go over and communicate to everybody, or at least somebody at the scorers table, make sure they clue your broadcast team into what's going on.
Yeah, where's that at?
We're gonna have to work on that line of communication here.
I already told ESPN I'm about to cut ties and go to the ACC network. They just treat their staff better, but Darren Hart is he's working on my contract negotiations right now. He's trying to get me a better deal, so we'll see. They're gonna bring both teams in. I don't know what's going on here. Coach Palm going to explain the situation to them, and I guess they have figured it out. The referee going to go ahead and explain to the Providence coach what their decision is, and I don't know what that is. Maybe discussion whether it was an intentional foul or not, a technical foul because of the insane contact. I've never seen it called on an offensive drive, but it can be called if they feel like it was an intentional move, an aggressive move into the player. They can call a technical intentional foul on the offensive drive. But I don't know what the discussion was. We'll have to ask Coach Palm later.
We got a two-point Spartan lead here, 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and you feel like all the momentum is with the Panthers right now.
Yes.
So we'll have to see what takes course in this next 1 to 2 minutes of play here.
Panthers might not be real happy about that long break as they were feeling it, and sometimes a long break will settle some of the other team down and give them a chance to get that momentum back. That's a great pass underneath, but Hill can't put that one in. As South Caldwell will get the rebound, and that's well needed here as they get a stop on the defensive side of the ball. Win, back to Miller, feeds Curtis inside. Curtis puts it down, goes up, in and out. Holy moly. The basketball gods do not smile upon faith. That's a long-range shot. That's off Curtis. Unable to get there, but Jackson in the right spot. She'll pull that rebound down.
Delaney Hill is feeling it right now, shooting every opportunity that she gets. The shot's looking pretty good coming off of her hands as well.
Win to Miller. Miller around the corner. Yes! Good ball screen. Great move by Miller, finding the open lane and dropping it in.
You know,
Now
the Spartans look so much more comfortable when the Panthers are not able to set up their full court press.
We're going to have a blocking foul on Kinley Jackson. It'll be 2 shots. As Jackson thought she was there, it'll be 1 shot. The bucket will, well, they're going to discuss. They're going to discuss. And we'll get, the basket does count. It will be and 1 for Butler. She'll get the opportunity for the traditional 3-point play here and bring the Spartan lead down to 1. Jackson thought she had position, thought it was going to be an offensive foul, but Butler does a nice job of rotating around. And that bounces in. Wynn will get it into Miller quickly. And Miller will say, look, I got it, I'll bring it down. Miller into the lane, drops it off to Wynn, and that's just great offensive awareness by Miller, finding Wynn open underneath the basket.
And the Panthers have to respect Miller with her offense, and so they bring over the double team, frees up Wynn. That's just textbook basketball, dropping it off to her teammate right there. Great play.
South Caldwell still in the 2-3 zone. Providence has done a good job with the dribble penetration and shooting over the top of it. That one, though, no good, as Curtis will pull that rebound down. McGill just a touch short on that shot. Good trip defensively for the Spartans. Oh, but McGill makes up for it with a steal. Wynn now back. McGill back over, and they're going to call that another foul on Kinley Jackson, trying to get back and recover. And they're going to say it is a blocking foul. There'll be 2 shots. The shot does not count.
That's the story of the second half with the Panthers in this comeback, is they're creating all of it off of turnovers and fast break transition offense, where the Spartans are just slow to get back as a team, and you can't really do a lot about that as the turnover occurred right at half court.
I think the scoreboard is wrong. I don't think they counted that basket, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. If it does count, the scoreboard is correct. If it does not count, it should be 38-35, 3-point lead for the Spartans, but we'll see. Robbie Shelby running the scoreboard tonight. He's pretty good. He knows what he's doing, so I have a feeling that he knows more than I do. He's been around South Caldwell a little bit longer than I have. He's what they call Spartan royalty.
How about the defense right there by McGill? Just so savvy. Sometimes you want that as a coach, but you're not wanting to commit cheap fouls at this point in the game, but she's able to do it and pick the pocket right there. So hats off on a great defensive play that leads to 2 points on the other end.
Yep. And McGill, we've seen it all night long, not only good on the offensive side of the ball, but really good defensively. And that's another steal for her. She picks the pocket and ends up getting rewarded by going to the line to shoot. It will be a 1-shot basket. The basket does count. And it will not go down as McGill's free throw, no good.
So Providence moves number 10, McGill, over to the Spartans' best offensive player right there. And
that's going to be out of bounds after Miller. And that's an intentional defensive adjustment by the Providence coach. And again, McGill rewarded with another steal. 38-37, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the game. South Caldwell back in the 2-3 set. Butler looks to drive inside, decides better of it, kicks it over to McGill. McGill into the corner, tries to go all the way across to Butler. Butler back out to Hill. Hill lines it up, won't go. Miller will pull that one down, and Butler is going to pick up the quick foul as she tries to reach in and grab it from Miller.
Give you an update on team fouls with 3 minutes to play. Spartans do have 6. So next foul on the Lady Spartans is going to be a 1-and-1 from the line. That's only 3 team fouls for the Panthers currently.
Yep. Unless, of course, that foul is an offensive foul. Then they don't go to the line, right?
I think they still shoot.
Do they? Well, there you go. I learned something new today. Miller around the corner, all the way through the lane. That won't go. And McGill just absolutely taking control of this game. We'll pull that one down. Goes up, shoots over top of Wynn. And the Providence Panthers have the lead with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go, and Coach Palm calls a timeout. He wants to talk it over.
Well, there was a better job that time by the Spartans getting back, but then they're not committing to stopping McGill's penetration with the ball. They let her get too close, and that's just going to be an easy shot for her. She's proven the second half. You said it absolutely right, Coach. Nyla McGill taking over the second half for the Panthers to lead her team back into this one with a 1-point lead right now.
Yeah, every possession that the Panthers have been successful on, it's been either through McGill's defense or through her offense, one or the other, being involved in every play. And we talked about it at halftime. We felt like the Panthers' best player, Nyla McGill, needed to become more involved in the Panthers' offense. And she went a step further for us and has started to be aggressive on the defensive end of the ball and doing a really good job of taking away possessions from the Spartans. Now, if you're the South Caldwell Spartans right here, you need to get good looks, do what you've been doing, find that extra pass, the open person under the basket or out in the corner, and take care of the ball. Number one priority, take care of the ball. What another great game, Childers. I mean, we've had 3 great games in the playoffs so far.
Right. That's right.
Miller, once again, a little defensive change as McGill will be on Miller. They'll run the screen. Back out to Miller. Miller hesitates, stops, pops. That won't go. And McGill with another rebound as she again continues to just be everywhere the ball is.
Well, you got to like that look that they got. Olivia Miller got into the lane. That's a really high percentage shot for her. Just didn't go in that time.
Oh, good defense by Wynn as she'll pick the pocket this time, interrupting that pass. KP stops. Oh, they missed Jackson under the basket. Curtis, though, she'll knock one down from outside, and that's a Spartan lead.
No hesitation. Curtis catches the ball instead, pulls up, nice shot.
Hill now from way outside. Yes, down it for Providence as she answers back. Providence now with a 2-point lead. Curtis under the basket wants it. Miller can't feed it to her though. Doesn't have the right angle. Instead they'll hit KP. KP, good move on the baseline though. Gets immediately doubled. Has to throw it out to Curtis. Curtis goes and gets it.
That was a nice save by Curtis. That pass was not necessarily on target. I think KP was trying to throw it where she thought her teammate could get to it.
Now Wynn over to Miller. Miller. Look. Brings Wynn in motion. Little ball screen. They'll switch. Finds Wynn in the lane, and what a great play. Wynn to Miller to win.
So, Coach, do you notice the adjustment for the Spartans? They're going to help their teammate out by setting the ball screen, and it makes all the difference where Providence had become really stingy and created a lot of turnovers on the Spartans. Now they create the ball screen. It gives them a little bit of freedom to move, creates 2 great baskets for them.
If you're the Spartans on defense right here, Coach Pond definitely getting in their ears. You've got to watch 2 players in particular. Hill from the outside. She's been deadly in the second half as she's knocked down 2 or 3 3-point shots here in the second half. 2. Good. See, that's why we got the stats guys right here. We got 2 3-point shots for Hill. And, of course, the other player who, how can you not say anything bad about her? Goodness gracious, Nyla McGill absolutely tearing it up defensively, offensively, and you have to think that she's going to be involved here at the closing seconds of this game. Panthers will have the ball out of the timeout, and we'll see what the South Caldwell Spartans can do defensively to help get that ball back in their possession. But you're dead on, partner. They've done a fantastic job using the ball screen, finding an open look under the basket, and making their offense easy.
1 minute to play, playoff basketball. We talked all season, it's a game of momentum, and we've seen the momentum swing both ways in this game, and now there's 1 minute left to see who wants to advance to the Final Four in the state of North Carolina 4A playoffs.
That's right. Who wants it more? Is it the Panthers or the Spartans? Spartans leave a wide open person in the corner, but Skinner not feeling it. We'll give it up. She had the open look, but does not pull the trigger. We'll see if the Panthers wanted something else. They may hold for the last shot. Instead, they'll hit the Hill in the corner.
Yeah,
back to McGill.
McGill keeping a close eye.
And that's just good awareness by Nyla McGill as she finds the open player, 32, Lindsey Nolan, under the basket. Miller now through the lane. Oh, have it picked by McGill. McGill finds Hill up and through. And that's a quick 4-point lead for the Panthers. Miller now will get fouled. 18.5 seconds, 4-point lead for the Panthers. South Caldwell going to have to do something here to put points on the board and get a turnover quick, or we may be shooting some foul shots, Coach. The win. They'll draw the foul on Delaney Hill. Hill doesn't like that call at all. Blocking foul, that'll be 5-team foul. Still no bonus for the Panthers, so all it does is take time off the clock for the Spartans. 15.8 seconds left. Inbound to Miller. Miller around the back, through the lane. Easy, can't get it to fall, as they'll have to foul now. Win to extend the game. 4-point lead for the Panthers. 9 seconds to go in this one, and the Panthers bench feeling it.
Great defense by Kyler McGill. We saw it really the whole second half. It just went up to another level, and right there, just here into the very latest stages of the fourth quarter, staying true to making life difficult for Spartan ball handlers.
And if it's going to be anybody leading your team to victory, there she is on the line as she takes care of the foul shot, hits the front end of the 1-and-1, make it 2 for 2, and that's how you play in a pressure situation. Miller will just take it all the way down. No, that won't go either, and Providence will be the victors in a crazy comeback from behind win over South Caldwell, as the Spartans will leave heartbroken, but the Panthers will advance to the Final Four of the state basketball tournament.
And the Spartans had their opportunities. It was tied up at one point, 42-42, and you felt coming out of that timeout then that it really was anybody's game. But the Panthers proved that they could withstand that last push by the Spartans, turned up the notch defensively, and created the opportunities they needed to edge this one out.
Well, you can't say enough about Nyla McGill, player of the game by far. Offensive, defensive, just absolutely a nightmare for the Spartans in the second half, and single-handedly put her team on her shoulders and carried them to victory in this one. Now, we look back at 3 really good playoff games for a young Spartan team, and if you're a Spartan fan, you got to feel good about what they were able to accomplish in the postseason.
This was one heck of a season for the Lady Spartans, and you look at their record, they're going to finish up the season 8-7. Coach, does that look like an 8-7 team to you out in the third round of the playoffs?
No. They are playing the best basketball of the season when it matters at the end, and you hate that they can't advance. You always want it as we are hometown fans. We're Spartan fans, and you pull for your kids that you teach, but they have to hold their head high as they did a heck of a job against a very talented Panthers team, and really led the majority of the game. And again, just some really good defensive adjustments by the Panthers coaching staff. I think the key moment of the game there is when they switched Nyla McGill onto Olivia Miller. That led to 2 quick turnovers as well as easy buckets on the other side.
Well, you talk about adjustments. There's adjustments on both sides because the full court press in the second half was giving KP and Wynn a little bit of trouble, and really the whole offensive set never really took effect because of that full court pressure. So Coach Parham, I thought wisely, put the game in Miller's hands and let the offense run through her, and you saw her handle the pressure.
Yes.
But then that one-on-one defense by McGill was really, really stout, and she just did an excellent job, never letting the Spartans get comfortable with the ball. We don't have a turnover line created by McGill, but it's got to be north of 10.
It's ridiculous. McGill, from what I understand, she'll be playing ball at the next level. That's what was whispered and rumored to me, so it doesn't surprise me to see her be able to be so effective both on the defense and offensive side of the ball. But a great season for the South Caldwell ladies. You hate to see it end because it was getting fun. We were having some really good ball games, and they didn't disappoint us tonight either. They gave us a really, really, really good ball game as well, and we just want to thank all of the folks who have made this season possible, and hats off to Coach Jeff Parham, doing a great job with defensive and offensive game plans and getting his girls to play at a high level when it matters here in the playoffs. So hats off to those ladies. I know it's going to be a tough one. I know that it stings right now, but I think when they look back in a couple weeks and they review the game film, they're going to say, no, we played well. We played really, really well. So, and they did. So congratulations to them. And we just want to thank everybody for watching us. We're done then. That's it. This is we can pack it up and put all the equipment away until next season, right?
That's right.
Yeah, all right, sweet. Well, Jason, any final words? Anything that you want to say as far as the recap? You want to go ahead and put your information out there for your next contract? Anything you want to do here in the closing minutes of our broadcast?
Well, I want to thank you, Andrew, for giving me this opportunity to share this microphone platform with you. It's been a lot of fun. We're just interested in the kids getting the opportunity to do the things that they love, and that's what we've seen. You saw two teams that love basketball. They love playing basketball, and they love playing basketball together, and that's why it was such a great matchup. Neither team wanted to give an inch all night. That's what it's been this season.
Yep.
Is getting to see kids do what they absolutely love, and that's been the joy for us. I know it's the joy for the parents. I know it's the joy for the students, get to support their classmates, and thank you to the North Carolina High School Athletic Association for making this opportunity possible amidst these crazy times that we're living in, and
there you go.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to keep you any longer because you're probably not there anyway. We want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you next season maybe on this sports, well, what is it? What do we call it? I think the Spartan Sports Network. That's what we decided on.
There you go.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.